The Dred Scott Decision, a pivotal moment in American slavery and constitutional law. The Dred Scott Decision of 1857, delivered by the United States Supreme Court, stands as one of the most controversial and consequential rulings in American history. The case revolved around an enslaved African-American man named Dred Scott, who sought his freedom through the legal system. The court's decision not only denied Scott his freedom, but also had far-reaching implications for the status of slavery in the United States, exacerbating sectional tensions and pushing the nation closer to civil war. This ruling is often cited as a pivotal moment that highlighted the deep divisions within the country over the issue of slavery and the interpretation of the Constitution. Dred Scott was born into slavery in Virginia around 1799. His owner, Dr. John Emerson, was a military surgeon who moved frequently due to his service. During his time with Emerson, Scott lived in several free states and territories, including Illinois and the Wisconsin Territory, where slavery was prohibited by the Missouri Compromise of 1820. After Emerson's death, Scott attempted to purchase his freedom from Emerson's widow, but when she refused, he decided to sue for his freedom in the Missouri state courts. Scott's argument was based on the principle that his residence in free territories had effectively made him a free man. The case, known as Scott v. Sanford, eventually made its way to the United States Supreme Court. On March 6, 1857, Chief Justice Roger B. Taney delivered the majority opinion in a 7-2 decision. The court ruled against Scott, asserting that African Americans, whether enslaved or free, were not considered citizens under the U.S. Constitution and therefore had no right to sue in federal court. The court also ruled that Congress lacked the authority to prohibit slavery in the territories, effectively declaring the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional. This decision meant that slavery could potentially expand into all U.S. territories, regardless of the wishes of the settlers living there. The Dred Scott decision was met with outrage in the North and was celebrated in the South, further deepening the sectional divide that had been growing for decades. Abolitionists and anti-slavery advocates condemned the ruling as a gross injustice and a betrayal of the principles of liberty and equality enshrined in the Declaration of Independence. The decision also fueled the emerging Republican Party, which had been founded on the platform of opposing the expansion of slavery into the territories. The court's ruling effectively invalidated the party's central tenet and galvanized its supporters to resist the pro-slavery policies of the federal government. In addition to its immediate impact on the political landscape, the Dred Scott decision had profound implications for constitutional law. Chief Justice Taney's opinion reflected a strict interpretation of the Constitution, grounded in the belief that the rights and privileges it conferred were limited to white Americans. By denying citizenship and legal rights to African Americans, the court not only reinforced the institution of slavery, but also denied the possibility of legal recourse for those challenging their enslavement. The ruling also called into question the balance of power between the federal government and the states, particularly regarding the regulation of slavery in the territories. The Dred Scott decision is often seen as a catalyst for the events that led to the Civil War. By ruling that Congress could not prohibit slavery in the territories, the Supreme Court effectively opened the door for the further spread of slavery, which was vehemently opposed by many in the North. The decision underscored the growing irreconcilability of the North and South's views on slavery and accelerated the nation's descent into conflict. In conclusion, the Dred Scott decision of 1857 was a landmark case in American history that had far-reaching consequences for the nation. The ruling denied Dred Scott his freedom and declared that African Americans were not citizens under the Constitution, reinforcing the institution of slavery and deepening the sectional divide. The decision played a crucial role in the events leading up to the Civil War, highlighting the deep moral and legal conflicts that would ultimately be resolved only through the bloodshed and upheaval of that conflict. The Dred Scott case remains a powerful reminder of the struggles over civil rights and the complexities of constitutional interpretation in American history.
Thank you for watching Tell Time Tales. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest stories. Until next time, keep exploring the past.